This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, in the last class, we have looked into your CI/CD pipelines, and we also saw your respective kind of things. How can you pull your code from your Azure repository, and how can you install or deploy application within your web applications, right? So now the similar way, now what you do, you can go ahead and you can also do the things when your code is in GitHub as well. Okay, so for example, let me show you the things. So all the things, so YAML pipeline, everything will be common. But only thing is like now you're trying to change your source from Azure repository to your GitHub. That's it. Okay. So before going forward, let me go and try to open my GitHub account. Yeah. Oh my God, I got many things in here. Let me delete this. I already have a code with me. Settings. Go back to my danger zone, delete my application. Okay, so my password. Okay, so now let other things, let it be not a problem for me. So I'm trying to create a new account first of all here, so that I can have my code to be deployed into my GitHub account first of all. So go and click on a new button in here, and I'm trying to say .NET application repository. So I'm trying to go the private because because public may not be provided permissions to read the data from your Azure. So it's always better to have a private in here, and in real time as well. If you have a code in your GitHub repository, that should be a private repository in here. Okay, so go and you can create a repository. So I'm trying to create an empty repository in here, and as usual, the same thing what you saw HTTP and SSH commands in your Azure repository as well. Here you can see the same thing in here. So this URL, the last class I told you that you have to place, you can place in your web page. So that is like directly go to the same repository again, but it's not like trying to open the things in here. So earlier we used the same URL to clone it. So this HTTP what you see in here URL used for your cloning of your this the repository what you have in here. So how can you clone in generally? You can clone using a multiple things. By using your GitHub, Git CLI, GitHub desktop. At the same time, you can clone using your Visual Studio Code as well. So you can use any one of the things in between to clone the things in here. So let's go to Git CLI or whatever you want to go with. You can go the things in here. So I would like to copy my URL in here, and I want to go here, command prompt. So I would like to go and clone to my Git CLI. So, but before going to my cloning part, what I need to understand is like, where do you want to clone, right? The same old stuff again. So go back to my D drive, to my trainings, my Git, already have my application, trying to remove it. So this is the path where I want to go and clone my things in here. So first of all, try to navigate to that particular path in here. I have navigated. So this is the area where I want to clone. So what is syntax to clone here, guys? Anybody? What is syntax to clone your GitHub repository to your local machine using Git CLI? Okay, no problem. So the syntax is what? Git. You have to start any command. What to starting with the Git CLI should start with git, and clone and the URL. So provide the URL, copy the URL in here and paste it here. So when you hit on enter, so for sometimes it's trying to clone your .NET application directly in here. So you are appearing to have a cloned empty repository. Yes, it may happen sometimes in here. So not a problem because this is an empty repository. Of course, it's an empty repository. We go back now. I can see my .NET application folder got created today, 11th of March and 8:44 a.m. in the morning. So when you double click on it, I don't see anything in it. It's empty repository got cloned in here. Very good. So now what I want to do, I want to add my code, .NET code. So go back to my new code, .NET Control A, Control C, come back to my Git .NET application and paste it here. So this is what? This is my code what I got from a developer. So now what I will do? I need to push this to my repository, GitHub repository, because without having my without having my code in my repository, I can't move ahead, right? I can't pull my code from my GitHub directly. So for that reason being, what syntax I have to follow now? To add my files to my staging environment within your GitHub. So we have to go with like git add dot. So we have covered all those things guys earlier. See, how can I push the code? By git add file name, git restore, git commit, and git push. The same commands I'm trying to go now. Okay. So now git add and dot, it means that whatever the things you have within your particular folder. So what I have in the folder, I have a lot many things in here. So everything will be added to my staging environment so that I can confirm the list before pushing to my GitHub repository in here. Okay, so give me an error. Very good. Saying that's not a parent directory. Okay, I'm very sorry. So where your code is available within my .NET application, right? So where's your path in up to my Git only. So that is the reason being. Now I have went to my .NET folder as well. So again, go ahead and try to write down the git add space dot. See, it's trying to read all the things in here and it's trying to add the things to my staging environment. So once you add the things to staging environment, what I have to do now? I have to, once the things is done, after adding the things, this to show the content in staging area to restore back in here. But I want to what? I want to go and commit my things in here. So git commit -hem and some commands in here. So here git commit -m and I would say code added. Hit on enter. So see now what are the things you saw? HTTP index.php to-do list. So all this particular things has been all the things have been 18 files changed and 886 insertions. Something has been done in here. So what are things you see in here? Your to-do list, your HTML file in here. So everything has been now has been confirmed. This list is confirmed to push to my remote registry. So currently again, when you try to refresh a page, I will not see anything in here because it's empty repository. So finally, what I have to do now? After committing it, I have to say git push. Okay. So now git push. Hit on enter. So once the git push in here, now I could say like a lot many things have been pushed in here. So 27 objects have been pushed in here. Now, if you go back and refresh your page, I should be able to see my code in here. See the same code what I have in here. I'm successfully have my code within my, within my GitHub now. So now the code is already in GitHub. So what next? I want to pull this particular code using my Azure and I want to deploy that into my web application. So how can you do that particular part in here? So going to my app services in here. First of all, because I would like to create my web application first. Then I will use my web application into my, while to deploy that into my, to deploy my code into my web application in here. So click on create. I don't have any resource group in here. So we are IT-RG. Click on OK. This is something like, .NET or, .NET web application. Even this is not available. Very good. So we are IT. Yeah, this is available. So this is my application name, web application name. I'm trying to push my code in here and it's a .NET code. So .NET code and I want to create in a Linux system in here and I would like to go with my East US and change your plan. Generally it show up to my production environment. See the previous one. Go to my dev environment and choose the list one so that I'll be charged list. So this is the main thing, and deployment manager nothing's required. So review plus create. So I'm trying to create my .NET. I'm trying to create my web application in here, so that I can go and use this one within my deployment part. So let this happen. Once my deployment page changes, yes, submitting my deployment, you can go back and create your repository to do all the things in here. Now clicking back home. So let this complete. Meanwhile, let me go back to my Azure DevOps organization in here. So this is like my Azure DevOps organization in here to create a project. So go with your default directory, perfect. And I don't have any projects in here, create a new one in here. So here I'm trying to create something like .NET application and create project. So now once the project has been created, the main thing in here is earlier in the last class, you went to the repository, you cloned in your Visual Studio Code, or you copied your URL, whatever you have done, you push your code to my repository in here. But this time, I will not do this repository option anymore because my code is not available in the repository. My code is available in where? In my GitHub. My code is available in my GitHub in here. So when you have GitHub in here, how can I make sure that how can you pull from a GitHub in here? How can you do that particular part? So for that reason, what you do, so go to my pipelines. Okay, go to my pipeline. Start creating a pipeline in here. Create your pipeline. So while creating a pipeline, now it's asking you where's your code. Earlier you chose Azure Git repository because your code is available in your repos in here. But now it's available in my GitHub. So try to click on your GitHub in here. So now what it'll ask you, it'll ask you for your already I have authenticated. For that reason being, it's showing me my the repository directly. But if you're trying to do the for the first time, then it'll ask you to authorize. If you remember the DevOps starter, do you remember the DevOps starter what we have done in here? Right, when you're trying to go with DevOps starter, over there again you're trying to authorize to your GitHub to make the things happen, right? Or do anybody have your system open so that I can show you how can you do the things with respect to my GitHub in here? Anybody from the team, guys? Shiva, Chandra, Jitendra, Jyoti, or Pujita, do have the systems open? Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sure. Yeah,
Yeah, so I just want you people to see how can you do that initial stages. So it's already selected and all the things happen in here. I can see my I have already authorized earlier, but that isn't me. I can see my the repository is what I have in a GitHub. I can see it directly in here. See my .NET app just created 5 minutes ago. So if anybody have your already open your laptop ready with your things, can you please share your screen and let's go with the same stuff what we have in here.
sure, sure.
Jitendra, you can do that.
Yeah,
Okay, so can I shall I make you presenter?
yes.
Okay, so I made you presenter, Jitendra. Please go ahead and share your screen. So let's see from there onwards.
Uh, Actually, I didn't get that button. to share actually. It was disabled for me. Am I audible? Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking on mute. Yes, you are audible, Jitendra.
Yeah, actually, I'm not able to share my screen.
Okay. Now let me come back and let me make you presenter one more time. Go ahead now. Check it out now.
Still, I'm not able to share. Actually, that button was disabled mode.
Okay, no problem, Jitendra. So do you have any other people who can share the screen and help us to understand? Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
So this is,
let me know once you can see my screen. I think
sorry, Jitendra.
just now I got that button enabled. So let me know.
Okay, I'm making you present
Uh,
again one more time then.
yeah.
Yeah, I sent you the invite. Yeah, very good. No problem, Jyoti. No problem.
So
Okay,
now
go ahead.
I am in
Uh,
this page.
oh, you
Yeah.
haven't created your organization yet. Okay, click on continue. Yeah, try to enter the captcha. What you see is T pi small p, I believe, or capital P. It's always
Small
quite
P.
confusing. I think small p only. Yeah. WK3SV. Go ahead. Very good. So go and write down. I think you already have one organization, right? Why did you went for the other one? I think I can see a default
Yeah.
organization 160340.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can delete it again. Go to on the left hand
Okay.
side
Yeah.
top bottom, you can see organization settings, right? Go to that and you can delete it later on. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Sure.
go
Sure.
ahead, click on
So
create project. Yeah.
yeah. So here we have public and private, right? So like
Yeah, private.
if you
Private
select,
and go and click on project.
okay, repositories.
No repository is required in here. Go to the pipeline because as I told you, your code is not available in your repos anymore.
Yeah.
It's available in your GitHub repository, not in your Azure Git repository. Create your pipeline. So I believe you have an account in GitHub.
Yeah.
Okay. See now, one second. So now this is what they're asking you. So they're trying to authorize your account because you know Azure wants to pull the code from your GitHub. Okay, they want to authorize your Azure want to get authorization or authentication for your GitHub so that they can go ahead and pull see the what are the repositories you have inside that, and they want to pull the code from your GitHub repository. So for that reason being, you have to authorize your things in here. So go ahead and say authorize Azure pipelines. No, at the bottom you can see green color, right? Green tab, not that one. Go back.
Okay.
Yeah, green. Yeah, click on that green tab. Correct. So provide your password to make sure yes, it's confirming your access for your Azure to go and read the things from your GitHub. Ah, just try to type in again. Okay. If you forgot the password, you can reset the password.
Okay.
Solve the puzzle. Verify. Pick the fan. Yeah. Now reset password as will send you email. Just go to your email, reset your password, and come back here.
Yeah, I am doing that from my mobile. Just a second.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I understood. Very good. So try to do the same thing with respect to your the last tab on the top. No, the last tab.
Sorry. This one, right? I
Uh,
mean, actually, from this only, like I have clicked on that one, right? So
oh,
basically, we can.
okay.
So project from here, projects. Let me refresh it once.
But your project is already
Eligible.
created, right? No, don't create any other new project.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So from here,
Pipelines,
pipeline, create pipeline.
with pipeline,
Okay, GitHub. Yeah.
yeah, authenticate, authorize it. So probably I need to change my organization so that I can show you this again.
Yeah, here you can see that I got
So
that
here now,
repository.
once you see authorization, now you can see the repositories in here. Okay, so it's a private repository. Very good. So click on that the repository over there. So validating your repository permissions. So yeah, now it's been navigating to your see the you can select the repository from the drop down list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
So
see
now you
here.
can see the suggested one is
Any
already there.
got selected.
Yeah, it's already
Mm.
there, so you don't need to do anything in here. So only one you have. Suppose you have multiple repositories, then probably you may need to seeing all the things, cancel it whatever is not required. Now simply say approve and install. So you're trying to approve it from your GitHub side so that Azure can go ahead and read the things from your. So now this is with respect to Microsoft
Okay.
Azure. So Windows will be roaming between Azure and your GitHub. They're navigating between these two only, asking for multiple time permissions. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
authorize.
clicking on this one. Authorize the Azure pipeline.
Okay, authorize pipeline one more time. Yeah. Oh, why it's coming back again? Okay, click on your project again. Yeah, that's it. So I think twice, two times it's been asking you in here. So again, you can see the same old thing, start a pipeline. So again, what you have to place your .NET, the pipeline what you saw earlier, the same pipeline, and you can start running the things from there. Okay. So just like that you have to authenticate, you have to provide the approvals, you have to provide the access to your GitHub repository from your Azure pipeline. That's it. Nothing more than that. Okay. So I'm taking my screen back. I'm trying to show my screen now. Let me go ahead from here and let try to complete the things. Okay. So within my GitHub, I see these many, within my GitHub, I can see multiple repositories. So I can see branch, web app studio, Visual Studio, all the things in here. There's all the things I can show in here. See, I can see all other things are public. So only these two are private in here. So currently I'm trying to go with my .NET application in here. Then trying to validate the permissions. Now, so suggested is the one, but I can see multiple things in here. Since your Jitendra, so your thing is already in the list in here. But that doesn't mean it's not showing you anything from the list in here. Okay. So see, I don't. Do you see .NET in here? No, right? So because it has been already added into my list in here, so it's not required. So go ahead, approve and install. So now it again go back to my Microsoft. Have my permissions back in again. Yeah. So this what we'll do. So see here. So this is like they're trying to have creating a new organization here. See, they're trying to set up a new project for us within the same organization. They're trying to set up a new project for us, and the name, what the name you want to go with in here. For example, here a .NET application. So, or we can select the existing project. So go ahead. I don't have. Okay, this is mine. Why I'm not able to see my project or organization? Anyway, not a problem. So let me. I don't see any project in here. Okay, let me go with my name in here. So this one you will not go with this particular part. So this is to up to complete your process. So let me do what I want to do. So let us see what you have seen happening in here. So I'm trying to, what it's trying to do, it's trying to create your your organization, and with that it's trying to create a new project for us. But actually we started the things by creating a project. It's ending up creating a new project for us. So let's see what happens now. Click on continue. So now it will try to go ahead and it will try to create a new project in your, see, this is my new project in here. But this is what I don't want to do it in my, the new one in here. I want to continue with my older one. So go back to my, Azure Devops in the top in here. Now I can see something like new organization has been created for me in here. So I don't want to have this organization because already I have my organization. Where is that? So this has been created under my Microsoft account, I believe. Let me check it out. Yeah, see, I can see my organization got created, and I can see under that I can see my .NET application here. If you click on that again, you can see the same old thing, the .NET related stuff in here, which is being created by automatic way. So I don't want to happen all those things. So I don't want to create any project under my my things in here. So what I'll do, I'll go and I'll try to delete my organization. I'll try to delete my things what I have in here. See, I already have my access. So now what you have to do is like, you can go to your DevOps, you can go to your default directory and continue from there. So let me open this one. Let me go to the project. The current project, I'm trying to delete it. How can you delete that? So once you open your project, at the bottom you can see project settings. Scroll down, click on delete. This is the one which I'm trying to delete, which has been created automatically by my Azure, and that too it happened in where, in my new organization in here, which is not, I don't want to happen this one even in my in Microsoft account in here. So go ahead, go to organization settings as well, and I'm trying to delete my organization as well. So which has been created automatically by my Azure while I'm trying to pull my things from my GitHub. So that has been deleted. So now close this one. I don't want to happen this one anymore. So when you refresh your page, so you will not see anything in here now. So no organization, no project, nothing with respect to my Microsoft account. See, nothing in here. Go back to your default directory where you started. Now click on your .NET application again. Now go back to my pipelines, create a new pipeline, say GitHub. Now select your .NET application in here. See, directly trying to configure my pipeline. Because okay, so what actually happened in here? Let me note down the points, guys, just for avoid the confusion in here. The very first thing is like within your default directory, within your default directory, create a project. Create a project. Okay, and later on go to pipelines and choose GitHub as source in here. So as usual, when you try to choose a GitHub, so as a source, it will ask you for your permissions. Go ahead, click on your provide access for your Azure pipelines, granting access. Okay, the first page what you saw. So later on, it will navigate between the multiple pages between your Azure and your and later on again you have to provide the access. All the things where you went on, you later you say approve and install at GitHub level. So you've done all those things, and finally it came up saying that I will try to create a new organization where within my a Microsoft account. So where we actually started, I started my default directory, but finally it ended up with my saying that after providing all the access, it ended up saying that I will try to create a new organization within my Microsoft account. At the same time, I will also create my new project. A new organization and new project will be created under my Microsoft account. So this is actually not we are into. Where we are into? We are into default directory and we are going to work in here. So now for now what you say, okay, go ahead and try to create things. Allow Azure to create the new organization. So generally it would be your name and your new project. But is this the one where we're going to work in here? No, because this is like only trying to set up your organization. You create project automatically by your Azure. So we are not going to work in this particular organization or in this particular project in here. Yeah, we are going to work in your default directory, and what are the project you create under my default directory. So over there, I'll try to create my within my default directory. I have my own organization already. Existing organization in here. Okay, I have existing organization in my default directory. Within my existing organization, I've created my project in here. So when you try to go all the way, finally it came up saying that I will try to set up a new organization, new account in here. So if you want, you can do work in here. But what I want to do, I don't want to work in this new organization, new project, which has been created in my Microsoft account. So the same thing in here. See. Go back to my Azure in here. So I can see my organization created in here, right? So if you go back to my information, I can see my Microsoft account as well. So where it's trying to create, it's trying to create a new organization and new project in my Microsoft account, which is I don't want to work over there, because even you okay with that, you will be saying you'll be failed, because your pipelines have no permissions for your Microsoft account. Your pipelines, to run your pipelines, you have permissions only for your default directory, because the subscription what you have created and the things what you have, the permissions for your default directory only, but not for your Microsoft account what you have in here. Who is this? Okay. Okay, so try to avoid this. Even this has been created by default, you can ignore this one. So how can I ignore that? Go to my default directory, whatever you see, go ahead and delete that. Simple. Delete your project, delete your organization, whatever you see, and keep it clean in here. I don't have anything in here no anymore. Okay, so earlier I have my things in here, so I have tried to deleted my organization and also deleted my project as well. I don't want to restore in here again back in. So once that setup is done, go back to my default directory where you have started in here. So next is like delete the new organization and the delete the new organization, new project which has been created. Delete new organization which has been created under your Microsoft account. Okay, so which has been created under your Microsoft account in here. Delete both organization and project. So now come back to my default directory. So navigate to default directory in here again. Now go default directory and again try to access the project from where you have started. So you create a project, right? Similarly, access the project from where you have started. So now what happened? So go back to my default directory. I'm accessing the project where I'm started. So again, I'm directly go to my pipelines in here. Go to the pipelines, create a pipeline in here, and choose a GitHub. And automatically, it will show you the repositories. Choose a repository, and automatically now my pipeline will be configured in here. Okay, so navigate the default directory, access the project, go to pipelines, and later on from there choose the project or choose the repository of GitHub in here, and finally you can you can go and see your configuring the pipeline. Okay, I did not mention in each and every step by step in here. So after come you back in here, probably you can go ahead and rightly, I believe you can go through all the way to configure the pipeline back in again, which I just showed you in here. So now again, what you have in here, starter pipeline. So this is the starter pipeline I have in here. Now what I want to do, now I want to, in place of this one, I want to place my own .NET application related pipeline. So go back here, back to my new code, and not this one, yeah, new, where's my pipeline, where's what I'm looking for. Okay, YAML pipelines, very good. Go back to my YAML. This is my current one. Control C. Go back here, remove everything, paste your own. So what I want to do, I want to remove my first one. I don't want to go the multiple things. I want to remove the last one. So I'm trying to see, this is my build stage where I'm trying to build it, and I want to, this is my deploy stage. So where you want to deploy in here. So what's your web application name where you want to deploy? My app service name is nothing but my .NET web VRI. Copy this and provide it within your variable section in here. So this is not required. If you want, you can remove this one, because anyway we are not using the second level of deployment in here. So what next? So before going forward, go ahead and click on the URL. Get started. So now what I'll do, after placing my YAML pipeline in here, as usual, you have mentioned your web application name in here clearly. And what I need to do, I need to go and click on save and run. That's it. Save and run in here. So once you save and run in here, automatically what will happen? My pipeline will trigger. It start reading the code from my GitHub. Oh, there was an issue. Okay, authorized issue authentication we have in here. So in the last class, if you remember, before going to run a pipeline, what we have done, we went into a release pipeline and we try to authorize your subscription, and we also try to provide the name of your web application, everything in here before running your main pipeline. So similarly here as well, before running it, after placing everything, before clicking on your run button in here, go to releases, go with my new pipeline, and here I'm trying to deploy it in my web application. Apply. Okay, my name, one job, one task. So here the subscription, authorize it. So this is the actual one. So you have to do it manually first, and later on while running it again, it will ask you when you're running your pipeline for the first time. But later on when you need changes, that will not make any that will not ask any permissions again. So here you have to, before running your main pipeline, authorize it here and choose your the web application name in here. Just save it. This is what we want to go with before running your pipeline. I will save it, right? Now go back to pipeline. Edit. So let me check. So authorize my GitHub, because even my pipeline will be saved in my GitHub. If you go back in here within my .NET application, see my Azure pipeline. Just 2 minutes ago, even my pipeline got saved earlier. You saved your pipeline within your Azure repository. Now it will save in where? Within my GitHub repository in here. Understood? So now going back again in here. Now I would like to run it again. So since already authorized it, go ahead and run it. Now let's see. Starting my pipeline. Yeah. See, I can see my build pipeline got started successfully in here. So where's trying to pull the code from? It's trying to pull the code from my GitHub repository. And where your YAML family has been saved. Your YAML pipeline has been saved in your GitHub repository backend again. Okay. So see, it's trying to restore, it's trying to build. So whatever you have, you can run all the things, one after one in here automatically. So this is already went on with your default pages with respect to your web application. Let's see what happens once your pipeline has been completed. Yeah, finish. So I can see my public. I can see also here like one of the artifact has been built and it has been saved in here. So what it will do, it will try to pull my artifact and it start deploying that into my web application. Since you ran in here within your Azure level, the artifact will be saved, within your the same the container or the same Azure level in here. So you'll try to pull your artifact. So it's a artifact 71 with the build of 286. Some things you saw and see in here. Publish. Should be able to see the publish artifact as well. When I see one artifact is being produced. Okay, we'll see. So internally anyway it will be saved. So you can the job is pending, probably is waiting for the resources to assign the job for you in here. Yeah, see, it's asking for your permissions. So go ahead, permit for the first time. Before running your YAML pipeline, subscribe, authorize your subscription. And while running your pipeline, first time it will ask you for the permission again. Go ahead and permit for the first time only. That's it. From going forward, even the code change, nothing will happen automatically. When there is a change happening in my GitHub repository, my code will be changed. My pipeline should start within my Azure level automatically in here. See, so git version, trying to get my git things in installation a job. So git version, git, no, so trying to initiate the things in here. So everything based upon git I'm happening in here. So it's trying to deploy the things. Now it's trying to connect with my web application to get my things deployed in here. So trying to update the services. So once this updated, you should be able to see my things in here. Meanwhile, let's try to see. Yeah, it's not yet done. So this has to be complete in here. So these are the steps you have to follow, guys, with respect to your when you go in the GitHub. So they'll be a little bit confusing with between the 5 and 6 points. So why it's trying to you navigate to totally a separate organization, separate project for you. So let it create. Forget about that. But you again, as I told you, you can delete them later on, and again navigate the same old path where you are into. After providing everything, all the access, go to the same default directory, existing organizations, and the same project what you have already created. Now go to the pipeline, choose the repository which has been provided in your GitHub, configure the pipeline will happen, place your YAML pipeline. Here, place the actual YAML script for the application what you have in here, and let us say run. But before, see here, before running in here, before running your YAML script, place your YAML script, then what do you have to do? Go ahead, go to your release pipeline, and what we have done over there, we have tried to, we have to try to provide, authorize your subscription. You have to authorize your subscription and provide the web application details over there. And finally, what I want to do, I want to save it. So once you save it, then come back to my pipeline and say run. Okay, so come back to my pipeline and then say run in here. Now automatically it says runs in here. For the first time while it's running you, it may ask you for the permission, so provide the permission, and finally you are in this particular page. So it's made done. I complete my deployment part as well. Go back to my page, refresh your page. Now I should be able to see my new things coming up in here automatically. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll go back to my local machine, to my code level. Where is my code? My Git, my .NET, and within my www root I have index. This is the code actually I'm having in here. So within this code level, I'll try to make small changes in here. So let me see where this particular Azure App Services. Yeah, I can see something like your title. Okay, so let me change the title in here. So I don't want to have all those things. I want to say welcome to VRIT. Okay, at the same time, Azure app, yeah, this is the one sample. So here you can say welcome to what to say, Devops training, something like this. And again, one more thing, to-do list somewhere it should be there. Let me copy this to-do list and try to search for that. Okay, I do have here. So here I say hello guys, good morning. Okay, I'm trying to make a small change in my code level. Save it. Now I would like to push it my things in here. So again, what I'll do now, again, get what to say, get add. and you can say your index file name, what you want to push it in here. So what's the file name you have in here? Index.html, or else you can simply say git add again. Yeah, so LF will play. So when you say git add, so what are the things you have in here, the change that will be getting into my picture in here. So after getting add, I want to say git commit -m, saying that code changed. Hit on enter. So now I'll go ahead and say git push. So let me check let me check whether the things got updated within my file or not. I don't see the change in here. Updates are rejected because remote contains work that you not really locally. Usually caused by the repository pushing him to someone else. Okay, so it's asking to git pull. Oh, yeah, because you know what? It's asking to git pull first and then push it again. Why? Because you know earlier when you pushed it, you saw you did not have your what to say YAML pipeline over there, correct? So see here when I go with the code in here, so this particular pipeline has been added just 12 minutes ago. So what it's trying to say is trying to git pull first and then git again git push again. So let's try to do the same thing. Okay, let me say git pull. So I'd like to pull your things, the what are the new things what you saw with respect to my repository in here. So it's trying to pull the things. Now go back and within your .NET I should see my Azure refresh. I saw my Azure applications were created in here. See the new one got created. So now let me go and try to run the same thing. Git add. Now git commit. So nothing to commit. Okay, because you know there's a change happened. So let me go back again. Let me make small few more changes in here. Welcome to Devops training. I remove one of my things in here. Just check one expert remark, save it, and exit. So now let's try to do the same thing again. Git add. Yeah, I can see now HTML file is added, and git uh, commit. Yeah, one is inserted, and git push. Now you should be able to push the thing successfully in here. Perfect. So now go back in here within my HTML. Now I should see my own code in here. See, welcome to VRIT. Welcome to DevOps training. And well, hello guys, good morning. So now let's see, go back to my, my pipelines. What happened? I think my pipeline should start automatically. Why did not started? Did not started my pipeline. Let me run. Let's start running in here, but it should start automatically because you know my pipeline has been is already there, right? And also we provide the access with respect to my pipeline in here. The similar way what you saw your DevOps starter, but somehow it's not reflected in here. So now let me check at least it's trying to read the current version or not. So you can see one more new artifact has been produced in here. So now this time it will never ask you for any permissions. It will directly go ahead and try to run the job for us. So it's trying to prepare your job parameters, what you have in here. Let's start running. So again, it's trying to access the same, the web application where it's trying to deploy your new code as per your web application, as per the GitHub code what you have in here. So that should happen. Done. So go back here, try to refresh. Yeah, see, welcome to VRIT, welcome to Devops training. Hello guys, good morning. All the things as per my own coding here. So you're able to pull my latest code again, what you have currently within your GitHub, and it's trying to run again one more time with my new code in here. So this is how you can go and do the things when you have your code within your GitHub. Understood, guys? So any questions with respect to the code what you have in your GitHub? So earlier you saw the code when you have in your Azure repository. So now you have a code within your GitHub in here. So the pipeline I can see now within my GitHub. Okay. So try to follow the steps what we have mentioned, the steps, so that let me copy this and I paste it in your chat box for you guys, so that just try to. It went into organizer. 1 second. Let me make it as for everyone. I just pasted in the chat box. Copy the steps and try keep it with you and try to follow the video and try to do it. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Let me know any issues we have in here. So only issue we can see is like it's not directly picking up the values. I mean, picking up the pipeline. Even though my pipeline is available within here, since there is any change in code, automatically my pipeline should trigger. And I also have access to my, with respect to my, this Azure in here. So I'm wondering why it did not trigger. So I have to check that. So it didn't even throw in any error in here. That's a problem. But anyway, this is the procedure you have to follow to have your things done, guys. So your GitHub, trying to pull your things finally from a different group, a different repository in here. So what do you have is here? Code as well. I pull the code from my Google only. Okay. Let me go. Second, guys. Yeah, see the same code. I pulled it. Okay, so this is a sample. So you can go ahead and you can download the zip folder. So zip folder will contain your same code in here. So open the folder within my zip. See, I can see the code. Okay, I'll provide you a link in here. So try to go this link and download the code. Okay, that's all guys for today what I have in here. So I would like to show you how can you do the things with respect to your GitHub and your Azure, the relation between these two. Okay, so that's it for
Uh,
today.
Shyam, one small question here. So,
Yeah,
whatever the organization and project that we have created, right? Can any other person able to access that one from their machine? Is there any chance?
yeah, because see here you will be working as a team. So probably you may be having
Yeah.
one DevOps engineer or you may be having multiple people in here for the same project. So your admin will
Yeah.
take care of that particular organization, access all those things in here. Okay. And if you see here for this particular project, what you have, go to the overview.
Mhm.
Not sure, I believe somewhere. You can see my members. Yeah, you can see invite. So somewhere, if you're trying to go and see, you try to provide the list of the people who want to invite the members to access your add the members to your project in here. So they can go ahead and they access the things in here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So I'm trying to delete my project. Don't want to keep this one. Similarly, I would like to go and yeah. Yeah. Project is deleted. I don't have any projects in here now. Perfect. I need to log in into my account because I'll left with my web application which is running over there. So I want to delete that as well. Go to my resource groups. Copy and delete. So if you keep this, automatically what will happen? You will be charged. Okay, that's it, guys. So we can wind up for today. We'll meet back again on Monday with a new concept, Docker. So how can you, what is a Docker? Or how can you work on Docker? All those things we'll see in here. What is the use of Docker and all those things. Okay. Thank you guys then. Have a great day ahead and happy weekend, guys. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you. You too. Bye.